Skeleton Crew has just set a new bar for Star Wars. Hey everyone, this is Digital Charcuterie. My name is James. If you are new here and like Star Wars, hit that subscribe button. I talk about it on the channel all the time. And today I'm going to talk about episode 7 of Skeleton Crew. And if you haven't seen episode 7 of Skeleton Crew, hit the pause button. Go and watch it. And if you haven't seen the other 6 episodes, watch those as well. This show is a fun ride and a good time. And I'm happy to see Star Wars back and delivering just on, being a great adventure once again. Now, of course, this was the penultimate episode. There is one more to go. Are they going to stick the landing? That is what I am most curious about right now. Star Wars, as of late, they've had issues sticking the landing, promising us a second season, or answers will be given in another season. And sometimes in the case of such as the Acolyte, we're not even going to get a second season. And so all that is moot. And what is the point of watching these things? So I'm really hoping that we do get a conclusion. But this episode, I don't know if it was the strongest of the season, but I was very happy with it, and I thought it was a great time. We start off with the parents trying to deliver a message to the kids, and we see the droids on Adden kind of hunting down the parents, but the droids don't kill them. They're going to stun them, and each parent has this device that transmits the message that they all recorded for them, and they get stunned as they go on. And eventually Fern's mom is able to lift it up and send it out into the galaxy to the transmission, because of course Adden is a planet that's hidden in secrecy and nothing can get in, nothing can get out. And I thought this episode did a very great job of showing that and signaling that and signifying what it means, the life or death situation that this planet is in. Now, I think there's going to be a big twist or something going on with this planet that we haven't quite explored yet. I'm curious to see what that's going to be. But for now, what we know is there is a mint on there, and they produce a lot of money. There's actually 1,139 mints, which was a curious number because Star Wars under George Lucas was always 1138, and this is 1139. Does that mean that one of those is going to go and be kibosh next week to meet the 1138 number? Now, I could be wrong, but that's my speculation as of right now. There we go. But so this episode starts off with obviously the parents, like I said, and then we see Jude Law and John Wood and his situation now going on, and they're going to send him out, and they're on their way to Adden, and they find it, but then they find out that they can't penetrate the system. They don't believe it is a planet that has all the coins on there, and Jod is like, no, you gotta listen to me, this is a fact, this is the truth. And he convinces the crew and Captain Brutus to do it, and then and then he has Smee, SM33, he has him kind of convince the crew and Captain Brutus, like, no, there's a way in. Our old Captain Tack Renard, he knew how to get in, and so they send in, a red shirt, if you will, to go in. He obviously meets his demise, and then they say, okay, we're going to kill John Wood, and John's like, no. And then as he's about to get killed, the kid ship, the snake ship, appears, and he goes, that's our key, and that is how we get into Adden, is that ship right there. And so they have to infiltrate that, so they have that ship in a tractor beam. And they take the kids hostages. But what was cool about this, and this is what I liked about this episode, and this is why I think Star Wars has done something that I needed to do. And now, whether or not, again, if it pays off, who knows? But John Wood, while they have the ship in the tractor beam, the kids have a giant claw grab Brutus, and he's holding and it's holding this robotic claw is holding Brutus, and Jod walks up and shoots him dead in the face. And I said, perfect. This is what we need. This is now a Jude Law, John Wood has gone from pirate to someone you can trust to just cold-blooded killer. This is someone you cannot trust. Do not put your trust in him whatsoever. And he is a genuine bad guy. I don't know from this episode if there's ever going back. From there, he makes his way on the ship. He has all the kids taken hostage. Smee shows up. He ignites his lightsaber and cuts the head off of Smee, which was a great moment again. So there's a lot going on in terms of Jude Law, and he said, I read this actually earlier today, that this was going to be an episode we've going to learn a lot about John Wood. And what we learned, though, is he is a cold-blooded pirate who just wants his treasure. And that's all he wants. And that is something that I love. I think Star Wars, sometimes, we've had some cool villains, but sometimes you don't. Like, sometimes you just want, like, the genuine villain, the genuine, I'm a bad guy, I'm a bad person, I do bad things, and that's exactly what this was. And I really appreciated it for that aspect of it as well. And then of course they get into Adam when he flies in. It was cool because the ground of like a schoolyard or something pops up, and the ship goes in. They're like, we have to, and he pretends like, because they say, oh, you must be from the embassy, I think it was the Republic embassy or something. And one thing, so earlier on, I guess I skipped over this, but the transmission that the parents sent out said, you're not gonna be able to find your way back home, because we don't exist, but you will be able to if you go to a Republic embassy. Somebody there can help you because they know where we are. And so Jude Law obviously has this information. So he now is on the planet, and they're like, you must be the droids say you must be a Republic embassy. And he's like, yeah. And what I liked about it was this whole series leading up to this, Jude Law has gone by many different names, right? Was it Captain Jack, Crimson Jack, and Captain Silvo, and John Underwood, and Dash Zenton or whatever. Like, he's gone by all of these names, and you just see how easily he's just like, yes, I am this, because he is a master manipulator. And I like that it's starting to play out. So they take him deep down into the mines, and you see it, and that's when they explain how many mines there are. And you see him with the gold, and he's all like in tears almost. And then the parents arrive, and the kids are there, and they have a meet and greet. And then Jude Law ignites his lightsaber and slowly walks towards them, and we cut. And I think two thoughts. One, I thought this was actually a great cliffhanger. This is if it was early in the season, I'd say, oh, they cut this too short. But this was, I think, a great cliffhanger to get us to the last episode. Now, I don't think he's going to kill any of the parents right away. I mean, if one of them dies, though, I don't know. I hope Smee stays dead. I don't think he will, but I like that there are stakes here now. He actually says to the kids, he's like, I know what your parents look like. He's like, I know who I'll have to slice up and dice up if you kids rat me out. So I also, like, the thing is, we have to remember these are kids, they're naive kids, so they're going to take Jod at his word that he's going to do the most nasty thing he can do and kill the kids, and they're not, or kill their parents, and they're not going to want him to do that. So they're going to keep their mouth shut, and that's what they're doing right now. Now, something is obviously going to come up because we're going to have a finale episode, and I'm guessing the pirates are going to make their way on to Aladdin, and we'll have some kind of shootout. But until we get there, I don't know. But I do think that is a little bit of a red herring at the end, the way he's doing it. I think he's going to convince the parents that he is a Jedi and he can trust them and stuff like that. So that's where I think that is going, so that he can convince them to bring his ship down with the New Republic, or the Republic, whatever, whoever they are, coming down to the planet as well. But again, I thought this was a really solid, fun episode that took into account everything we've seen leading in, like everything we saw leading into it is paying off greatly. And next week, I'm hoping and guessing that the rest of it is going to pay off as well. So that's what I've really been enjoying. And again, it's a fun adventure. The kids, I think Dale said this on the Rebel Scum live stream, but the kids are, they're lost. They're the most lost now when they're on their own planet, and that's how they got to feel. They're so helpless right now. This is the most helpless they've been this entire journey. And we learn also that the ship that they're on is not a pirate ship, it's an Ad-Adden ship, which is leading more into the mystery of all of it. Like, why is SM-33 on there if it's not a pirate ship? Who is the supervisor? We finally hear the supervisor's voice. I have to watch it again to figure out who it might be. I Googled the voice, couldn't find an actor for it. Odds of this recording. If you guys have any idea who voiced it, let me know. I think obviously that character is going to play a part because they even mentioned that Jod has to get permission from the supervisor to reach out to his ship. So that's it. But I like that Jude Law is now he is on his way to becoming a full-fledged Star Wars villain. I think his ending is still going to be ambiguous, a la Long John Silver. And I think he might get lost in those in the mint forever. But I'm kind of like, I like that he is this villain, though. And there doesn't look to be any redeeming qualities to him at this point, and no turning back. And I hope they stand their ground. They stay firm on that in the finale. But that obviously remains to be seen, because we have one to go, and it's next week. And I haven't seen it. Have you seen it? I haven't. But again, like this show, I think the kids have been great on the show. They've obviously had their hiccups as kids, but Jude Law, he's brought it every week and just been phenomenal. And I think he's going to really relish playing this villainous role. And I'm hoping, whether he has an ambiguous ending or survives, that we do get to see him in that Dave Filoni movie in some capacity. I think him, like, and Bale Skull and Shin Hati and stuff, I think they'd be all fun to see them together, because we still don't know, like, is he a Jedi? He obviously has some sort of force powers. He unlocks his handcuffs. he can use a lightsaber, no problem, which, I mean, he uses a sword, so it doesn't really matter. But, like, is he, like, what about a Jedi is he? Because he does know a lot about Jedi, but he's pretty numb a Jedi. So I'm really curious where they're going to go with that. And maybe we'll talk about that in the week to come. But let me know what you guys think of this episode. Did you like Scout the Crew episode 7? We're going to be in so much trouble. But I don't care. We're going to be in so much trouble. That was the title. I really liked it. I'm looking forward to next week. I'm kind of disappointed that it's going to end because I know I'm going to want more, even if it does have a satisfying ending. I know I'm going to want more because I'm really liking these characters. I think it's well written, and I love the design of the show as well. I just think it looks like Star Wars, and it's great. I'm having a lot of fun with it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Thanks for watching, everybody. I really appreciate you spending some of your time with me today. Give us a like and subscribe. Until next time, may the force of others be with you.